Gotham doesn't sleep, it waits. Waits for the next shadow, the next lie. They call me a myth, a ghost. But ghost.
The Dark Knight Returns? Original source. The Dark Knight Returns is a 4-issue comic book limited series by writer and artist Frank Miller, published by DC Comics in 1986. It is a masterpiece of the medium and is considered one of the most important comic books ever written. Plot. The story is set in a dystopian future where a 55-year-old Bruce Wayne has been retired from his Batman persona for a decade. As crime, led by a gang called the Mutants, overtakes Gotham City, Bruce is compelled to return to his role as the Dark Knight. He faces off against old foes like Two-Face and the Joker, and ultimately comes into conflict with the U.S. government, which sends Superman to stop him. Live-action film influence. Confirmed. While there is no direct live-action adaptation, the comic has been a major influence on several films. The Dark Knight Rises, 2012, Christopher Nolan's film, the final part of his trilogy, drew inspiration from the comic, particularly the idea of an older, retired Batman returning to a Gotham in crisis. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, director Zack Snyder heavily borrowed from the comic's art style and plot, especially for the final fight between Batman, Ben Affleck, and Superman, Henry Cavill. The film's version of Batman is older and more cynical, much like the one in Miller's comic. Animated film adaptation. Confirmed. There is an official, very successful animated film adaptation. Title: Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, Part 1, 2012, and Part 2, 2013. Who made it? The film was directed by Jay Oliva and produced by Warner Premiere and DC Entertainment. Voice cast. The main voice cast includes Peter Weller as Batman/Bruce Wayne, Ariel Winter as Robin/Carrie Kelly, and Michael Emerson as the Joker. Plot. The animated films are a very faithful adaptation of the original comic book, following the plot of the comic almost exactly. Release date. Part 1 was released on September 25, 2012, and Part 2 on January 29, 2013. A single, combined film was released later. Live-action The Dark Knight Returns. Fan-made speculation. Since there is no official live-action movie, any full details you find are entirely from fans. Release date. There is no confirmed release date. Any mention of a 2026 or 2027 release is pure speculation. Cast. There is no confirmed cast. The actors most often suggested in fan-made concepts are those who could credibly play an older, gritty Batman, such as Josh Brolin, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, or even Ben Affleck returning to the role. Plot. Fan concepts imagine a direct, live-action adaptation of the comic storyline, including the fights with the mutants, the final battle with the Joker, and the epic showdown with Superman. Trailer information. There are no official trailers. The trailers you see online are fan-made concept trailers. They are often very well edited and can be confusing, but they are not official. They are created using a blend of footage from the animated film, other movies, and AI-generated content.